music. How do we listen to it? How do we purchase it? What is it worth to us? Again, a lot of these ideas, books, newspapers, media in general, music, all revolve around ownership, I think. Do we own it? I think I've gotten past the point now with music where I don't buy physical discs anymore. I only buy digital media. But, I think it's different than books, because books, they're tactile, you hold on to them, you do that kind of thing. But, you don't have that with music. Like I said in class that one day, you don't like stare at the album cover. And actually, it isn't an album cover, it's a CD cover. And while listening to the music, some people might. I know a lot of people who say, and I think some people in class even said it, that if it's like a group that they really enjoy, or it's a special group for them, they will buy the CD to have it. But why? If you buy digital everything else, why would you buy that one as a CD? It's interesting. There's this nostalgia that I think will always be with us when it comes to music and books and things like that. So, unfortunately, I think almost more than books and magazines, music has taken a huge hit due to digital. Back when CDs were first coming around, most of you won't remember this or weren't alive for this, the music industry was fiercely against CDs, because you had a digital copy, ones and zeros, a near perfect replica of music. Whereas a cassette, if you had a cassette, it sounded pretty good. If you made a copy of that cassette, that copy sounded kind of worse. If you made a copy of that copy, it would get progressively worse down the line. CDs, you can make a perfect copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. So they were really against it, but they had to jump on the bandwagon because that's where things were going to go. They could still charge for it. And burners were expensive back then. They didn't even really exist for the public. And then once they did, they sort of put some things in place where maybe you couldn't copy things. But again, copying wasn't all that widespread. Then computers came along, and MP3s and digital downloads. The first on the scene that made the biggest splash, of course, was Napster. Free music, peer-to-peer sharing. Read the articles and watch these videos. They're fantastic. People were getting things for free. You download whole albums and everything. It was illegal. It was illegal. It got shut down. But that made us used to getting our music free. And a lot of content on the web. I think it even goes to magazines and books and things like that. We were used to getting music free, so why not everything free? But we were stealing it. That is stealing. If you go on a torrent site and you download something, you're stealing that. You didn't purchase it. Now we have things like the newest one that I was just listening to today, most of the day, was Spotify. And that was also co-created or worked on with the same guy, and I can't remember his name, I'm blanking out, who started Napster. But this is different. They're working with artists and with labels to put their music up, so we sample it, and then maybe we want to buy it. And of course, the artists are paid. If Cake or Taylor Swift or somebody has their new CD up on Spotify, they get paid for that. The amount of times we listen to it, just like if they're on iTunes, those artists get paid. That's why the songs went from like 99 cents to a little bit more. Not to gloss right over iTunes, but iTunes is the largest music store out there. Apple totally changed the way music was purchased, and they're still the reigning leader. If they ever come up with a cloud-based system that's at a decent price point, they'll crush things like Spotify outright, like a subscription type service, I believe. So Spotify now it isn't even let's download the music. Let's own the music. It's out there. I launched Spotify on my laptop, and I can listen to almost anything I've ever typed in. I can find, and I listen to it. They have a premium. There's ads, which is subsidizing the fact that I don't pay, but there's also subscribers. Now, I was kind of balked at the price. It was something like $10 a month or $4.99. I think $10 a month to have the premium. Actually, I'm going to look it up right now. It was, let's see, Spotify Premium. And if you get the... Yes, I'd like to know how much it costs. I hate sites that make it hard for you to figure things out. So free, we can listen to Spotify right over on your desktop computer with ads. Unlimited, it's $4.99. It's still only on your computer with no ads. Premium is $9.99, $10 a month. And you can listen on all your mobile devices, no ads, and you can even download music and then listen to it other times. So you really have pretty much almost a limitless amount of music for $10 a month that you can download to your phone or your, I'm sure you can do it to the touch or your pad and listen to it anywhere, anytime. So if you're a huge music file, that's the, I'm sure you would want that. I'm big into movies, so I have a Netflix and a Hulu Plus and a Amazon Prime membership, so I can watch TV and movies whenever I want. If I was a huge music buff and I wanted to have music with me all the time, I would do this. So this is interesting because now we're not even, we have to make this leap. It was CDs. I have these CDs. Well, I'm just going to get digital music. I'm going to purchase digital music and I'm going to download it to my computer. And now something comes along like Spotify and it says, there's going to be nothing on your computer. You're going to own none of it. You're just going to go to our service and you can play whatever you want. To me, that totally, like their commercial says, takes away any sense of the urgency to pirate music, for piracy. Why would I bother? If they were to cut this premium to $5 a month, I would do it. I would do it in a second. And I would never even think, oh, I need to go here and get this, I need to go there and get this illegally. It's right there. So it's interesting, we made this huge leap. Now we're not even downloading things and at least owning some kind of file. It's just out there in the cloud. And I just did that and I'm wondering, did I check to make sure this camera was in on me? It's probably like cutting half my head off. So this week, look at those videos and, you know, look at the progression from Napster to Spotify. And, you know, what did the industry learn? What's been your evolution towards music? What are your purchasing habits? Do you still buy CDs? Do you use Spotify? Do you think that things like Napster and Spotify and giving us to sample these things have helped the industry, hurt the industry? Now remember, use the articles and the videos that I provided. Also find your own. Make sure you cite those or reference those. So if you say, oh, on this site I read this, this, and that, put the links for that site in. Remember, you need to have links, at least one image, and one movie. You can have more. And again, when this runs till March 13th, on the 14th, it will close. Okay? So don't forget, make sure you're doing your posting. Also, this is like almost the point of no return. If you haven't been doing posts, I don't even think there's 6 left. So you really make sure you're getting your posts in. And I will see you after spring break. All right, have a great spring break, guys. Be safe.